Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Dip Bianco.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. The name is Mikey Reyes. And in tonight's game plan, we'll speak to the new kings, the new clutch kings at that, of the PBA 3x3, the JNT Express.
We'll also go inside the game with NBA rookie sensation Paolo Banchero as he talks about his first-year experience with the Orlando Magic. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The comeback is real for JNT Express as they stun TNT in Leg 6 of PBA 3x3 Season 2. Joining us now are the champs. We have Marvin Hayes, Keith Datu, and Coach Ryan Monteclaro. Congrats, guys.
Salamat.
Finally, a championship for JNT Express, and grabe at the expense of TNT. Tropang Giga, Mikey. You cover 3x3 a lot. This time, it's very special dahil finals, down by 7 points kayo.
Yeah.
Coach Ryan, how did you do that? How did your team come back from that deficit? Can you run us through yung moments na yun?
I think it's more of being relentless as a team and yung being persistent. Kasi knowing Token Text, diba? They've been winning a lot of legs already. So para din sa players, yung maturity. It comes out with the maturity na nag-usap sila before yung nag-2030 na. And then all of a sudden, yun nga, never give up. Kasi anything can happen sa 3x3.
Right.
Yung 3x3 game is very different. I want to talk to Marvin Hayes kasi sinabi ni Ryan, relentless daw. Ikaw ang pinaka-relentless sa 3x3. Pero Marv, like, yung unpredictability ng 3x3, 6 legs, walang umulit, lahat, iba-iba championship. Ano masasabi mo doon? And gaano ka-excited ngayon yung grand finals na parang walang favorites kami ngayon?
Siguro napansin ko lang lahat ng team sa 3x3 nag-improve na rin. So, for the last how many legs na, laging nag-champion, Token Text, tapos other. Di ba parang siguro, every game, every situation, talagang ini-scout na ng bawat coaches ng 3x3 yan. So, yung mga players din, nag-a-adjust every game. So, yun, parang excited din going to the grand finals kasi unpredictable, hindi mo alam kung sino mag-champion. So, yun, hopefully na madala namin hanggang grand finals, pagkatrabahuan namin, then bahala na, si Coach Ryan, bahala na kung ano sasabi sa aming game.
Bawal nga mag-coach paglaro, tas bahala na si Coach Ryan.
Bago mag-start yung game siguro.
Alright, Keith, as Mikey said, a lot of legs have been played. No team has repeated a championship. For you personally, in this leg, what did you like most about how your team performed that you want to carry moving forward in the next legs, if ever, for JNT?
Yeah, you know, knowing the grand finals are next week, we wanted to have momentum going into next week. So this week we had to make sure that we stick together and do extra for our team. You know, go all in. A reminder that we're a family.
Is there anything specific that happened this leg that you told yourself, okay, this is what I want to see from my teammates moving forward so that we can get another championship?
I was inspired personally. It was my first leg in 3 legs. I think our whole team just rallied together, ready to tackle this weekend.
I want to stick with Keith because I think with your lineup, you're the one who's trying to get into the draft, who's trying to make it to the 5-on-5. Unlike these guys, relax na to eh. Kumbaga, kumikita to sa 3x3, hindi naalis yan eh. But with you, how has the 3x3 helped you? I mean, in terms of the exposure that you need for the draft and also, you know, the physicality of the 3x3 game.
Yeah, this is my first league in the Philippines. So the exposure is huge. As far as winning games, it's a team effort and I'm learning a lot along the way of trying to develop my own skills and get these wins.
Marvin, sabi nga ni Mikey, no, medyo relax na kayong mga veterano. Ikaw, personally, no, dahil nga mas mga bata yung teammates mo, ano yung parang pinapayo mo sa kanila or yung mga advice mo as one of the leaders, of course, of the team sa JNT?
Yun, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila na kung ano man yung dumating na struggle sa team natin, tuloy-tuloy lang, huwag tayo ma-frustrate sa bawat isa. Kasi parang sa tagal ko na naglalaro, ang dami ko na na-experience na ganito. May darating talaga yung time na yung team mo na masama yung tatakbuhin, kumbaga, yung mga gusto nyo na mangyari, hindi nangyayari. So, lagi kong kinakausap si Joseph. Sabi ko, ikaw talaga yung scorer namin. So, hindi ka pwedeng ma-frustrate din. Si Robin, sinasabi ko rin sa kanya na ikaw talaga yung, yung attack point ng mga team. So, sabi ko na wag mo namang pag popostihan ka, wag mo namang pa-shootin na talagang bahala ka na, shoot mo na yan. Kumbaga, at least naramdaman ka pa rin nila. Then sikit nga, sinasabi ko na kailangan ka namin, hindi ka pwedeng ma-frustrate, lalo na pag sa ilalim, nagmi-miss siya, or sabi ko sa kanila, ang dami ko ng naranasang games dito sa 3x3. Ang importante dito, kumbaga, hindi nagbabago yung natin, hindi nagbabago yung game plan natin, walang kanya-kanya. Kumbaga, tuloy-tuloy lang, kahit tambak na, hindi pa naman tapos hanggat may oras pa, tuloy-tuloy pa rin.
Pag-usapan ni Marvin yung edad niya eh. Actually, pinapanood siya ni Jose Rizal nung naglaro pa siya sa Jerry eh.
Nauna pa siya.
Nauna pa siya. Pero lipat tayo kay Rai. Rai, alam ko yung pakiramdam na tumigil ka na mag-basketball. Siyempre, alam mo naman, mga kalaro pa natin yan. Sina Ryan, sina Robin, di ba? What is it like na ngayon, nandito ka na sa other side? At gaano ka kagigil minsan na gusto ko pa maglaro? Pero anong nadadala mo ngayon as coach naman? As a coach?
Actually, I plan to activate myself nga. Kasi the past 3 legs, nagkaroon kami ng injuries.
Right.
And then Kit, nagkasakit si Kit. So, I actually activated myself just in case. Even ngayon sa Grand Finals. Kasi it's more aside from the core, dapat ready ka kasi you don't know what will happen next.
Yeah.
Baka may magkasakit, may injury during practices. You just have to be ready. Tapos yung eagerness, ang ginagawa ko, I translate it to how I encourage the team. Especially yun nga, prior to this leg, 0-3 kami.
Yeah.
Out kami. First leg na out kami. So it's more about pushing themselves, and then at the same time, you have to inspire them na, guys, at the end of the day, it's a marathon. So we have another leg and then another in a grand finals.
Ibig sabihin, kung activate siya, dapat activated si Anton. Pero para match kayo.
Para activate kasi baka may umalis di ba? But Coach, you mentioned try mo maglaro na for the next legs. But what's something na natutunan mo as a coach right now for JNT Express? Of course, pag coach ka, nasa sidelines ka naman, nakikita mo yung game from the outside perspective. Paano nag-iba yung view mo siguro sa laro ng 3x3 as a coach?
Yeah, I think it's more in the little things. Little things. Kasi yun nga, people who are watching, they tend to see yung mga highlights na and those other things. But looking at the bigger picture, especially na sidelines ka, bawal nga mag-coach eh. So, more analyzation.
Yeah.
So, looking at it, parang you'll see the little things na how important it is. Especially those yung mga hustle.
Yeah.
And the mere fact na nag-communicate yung team. Yun yung, like last leg, I was telling them na we're down 7. Marvin came in, pulled everyone in as a kuya, then tell them, guys.
Tito na
as a tito pala, as a tito. And tell them, guys, we have to settle it down. And then let's stick to it. And then yun na, yung nagtuloy-tuloy na yung momentum, then all of a sudden, di ba? Who knows? Sabi ko nga, if we do it collectively, I think we have a good chance.
8 straight points to win the championship. Keith, I want to go back to you. You just said that this was your first league. They know all about the Filipino basketball players, everyone in the 3x3. Who among the 3x3 players from other teams have caught your attention that you didn't know they could hoop like that, or didn't look like they could hoop like that?
Ken Bono.
Ken Bono. Former UAP MVP, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy's heavy, huh?
You know what? There's a lot of players throughout the league. I could probably name at least one on every team. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you gotta pay a little more attention to this guy. Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Guys like Lervin Flores, Brandon Bates, those big guys who...
Even Vosotros, he doesn't have the stature,
Exactly.
but he's got the scoring ability.
No, you can't let looks deceive you in 3x3 or in any game for that matter. Marvin, of course, nabanggit nga natin Grand Finals na susunod na lalaroin yun. No? Ano siguro yung dapat abangan ng fans sa JNT Express, especially kayo yung Leg 6 winner eh. Ano ba yung maaabangan lang from you guys heading to the next one?
Siguro kung ano lang yung ginawa namin last leg na ayun lang, yung mga little things lang na nire-remind sa amin ni coach. Ayun pala yung magpapapanalo sa amin kasi may time na may pagtambak na kami, nagkakanya-kanya na kami. So, yun lang. Siyempre, number 1, depensa talaga.
Right.
Tsaka na yung opensa sa kanila na yun. Kumbaga, depensa lang muna talaga magpapapanalo sa amin.
And this time, sana hindi na come from behind, no? Para hindi tayo
Parang
kabahan
hindi
lahat.
kinakabahan si Coach Ryan, kinakabahan niya. Mas nakakinakabahan pa as Coach yan eh. Pero salamat guys and good luck sa Grand Finals. And hopefully you'll come in healthy para hindi pa masasakit pa yung katawan ni
Pakondisyon muna.
Si Coach Ryan eh.
Invite na nga kita.
Salamat sa ating JNT
you.
Express. And after the break, we shift gears to the NBA with an exclusive edition of Inside the Game with NBA rookie sensation Paolo Banchero. Stay tuned, sports fans. We're watching the game. Welcome back, people. You're watching the game. Every NBA season, a new batch of rookies take the league by storm. And this year, everyone's eyes are on Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic. NBA hype host Boom Gonzalez got the chance to chat with the Orlando Magic rookie sensation during the All-Star Weekend in this latest edition of Inside the Game.
Hey guys, we're right here at Salt Lake City in Utah. I'm with Paolo Banchero, of course, rising star of the year. How good is it though that it's not only you, you got a couple of teammates around the weekend, that should make it a little more fun and comfortable for you?
Yeah, just me and Franz, out here makes it fun. This being his second year, my first year, so just being out here is a blessing. It's my first time, so never want to take it for granted.
Obviously, I'm from the Philippines, as I mentioned earlier. We got the World Cup happening in August, FIBA World Cup. A lot of Filipinos asking, will they see you in August in the Philippines? Are you joining the national team? Is that something that's still a goal of yours?
It's something that I've been thinking about, just depending on how the body feel, how my mind feel, because that's a big commitment that you got to be able to make. So, just seeing where I'm at, and eventually making a decision. But we'll see though, no commitments yet.
Right. Okay, first half of the season is done. How would you assess yourself after the first half, and what are you looking to improve on in the second half? First of all, from a personal standpoint.
Yeah, I think it's been good for me. You know, I think it's been a lot of learning. You know, a lot of ups and downs, and just learning, how to deal with the league. You know, all the travel, all the games, and then just how to deal. You know, personally. You know, when you have a bad game, not getting too low, but then when you have a good game, you can't get too high because you have another game the next day or the day after. So you got to be able to refocus on every game and take it one day at a time. So that's something that I'm still learning. I haven't mastered it, but I'm just trying to learn.
Right. Speaking of good days and bad days, it was not the ideal start for the Magic, but you have come on strong.
Yes, sir.
As of late, big wins against really good teams that come back winning against Philly. I was watching that. I love that. The win against Boston and all of these, and a few escape acts of teams like Miami against you guys. But generally, what has worked? Why is there a turnaround? And what are you bringing to that second half?
Yeah, I think one, we finally got healthy. We started off bad. We got a lot of injuries. I was injured for a little bit. A lot of guys on our team were hurt, and we were able to get healthy and we started winning games. So that just kind of shows you the talent that we have, and how good we can be when everyone's playing together. And I just think we really started to figure out how to play as a team, how to defend. I think playing defense was a big thing for us. And then I think we just go well together. I think everyone, personality-wise, blends together. Everyone, wants to see each other win. And so it's a great environment. It's a great locker room to be in. And then, second half of the season, we're going to try and make a push, man. We're going to try and get in that play-in, hopefully sneak in the playoffs, hopefully. But it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to really lock in and rattle off some wins. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, everybody coming together, especially because of the health issue, and some guys like Markel, they're really getting their games on. I love watching you guys. It's fun bunch, and I think it comes across also on TV when we watch in the Philippines how you guys are now getting connected on both ends of the floor. You, as a high school player, college player, you had all the attention in the world. You've said already, even in previous interviews, that it's a bit tough to deal with. How's the first year of the NBA so far for you?
It's been fun. It's been fun. Like you said, the attention only grows more and more. But I think I'm dealing with it well. It's a blessing to have all these fans and people supporting you. I definitely will never take that for granted. It's all stuff that I dreamed about growing up, was to be able to be in this position. So I'm just blessed to be here, and I just look forward to taking the next steps.
Is there anything that has surprised you in that first half about whether it's the game of basketball that you're still obviously learning it from an NBA level, or the league in itself, or maybe some players that have surprised you in the first half?
I really just think you can't ever, or as a rookie, you can't really prepare for all the amount of games you're going to play, and just how grueling of a schedule it is. And so that's what's kind of been my biggest adjustment, is just all the travel, the back-to-backs, like just the tough games and the days when you get up and you're sore, and you're tired, you didn't get into the city till 3 in the morning, you got to play the next day, it's all that, having to deal with all that and still trying to play at a high level, I think is what I'm learning. Just learning my body, what it needs, and what it needs to be performing at a high level.
Is there somebody who serves as a mentor for you with these things, these very specific things of dealing with the NBA grind, the NBA life?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who I went to for advice and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you got to go through it yourself, and you got to learn yourself, and see what you can do and not do, what you like and don't like. So that's also a big part of it. I've been learning a lot just about myself and what I need. So it's been good. But there's definitely been guys who I went to asking for advice and who helped me a lot.
A couple more questions before we let you go. You got to give us a fun highlight of the first half so far for you personally. Something that really stuck out, like, I did that thing.
I would say, that first game against Detroit was crazy. Just having that performance, I just remember being so focused, like didn't feel any pressure at all. Just was so focused on the game and trying to perform and win. But other than that, I would say there's a couple games that stick out. I think the Golden State game at the beginning of the season at home. I think the Boston games, every win against Boston is big, just with how good of a team they are. Anytime you can beat that team, it's a great accomplishment, especially for a young team like us. And then the Philly win as well, coming back from down 20 points.
That was on the road, right?
Yeah, in Philly, and being able to knock them off.
Okay, one last one. You obviously have the PBA in the Philippines. You have a cousin, Chris Banchero. Have you been in touch with him? And if he gets to watch this, maybe you can shout him out and say something to Chris.
Yeah, we talk here and there. He's out there doing his thing in the Philippines. I saw him right before I left for college, and I was in the gym with him. So, that's my cousin. I love him forever. Chris, if you're watching this, man, keep going. Appreciate you always, and good luck with everything, man. I'm gonna see you soon.
Yeah, it's not going to be the last time you're going to see you on All-Star Weekend, that's for sure, Paolo Banchero. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
And after the break, find out how you can support Gilas Pilipinas in the upcoming final window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back, you're watching The Game. We are one day away from the return of Gilas Pilipinas on the court for the final window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. Now, as we wait for our national team's matchup against Lebanon tomorrow, I want to get my partner, basketball analyst Mikey Reyes' thoughts. Mikey, makikita naman natin yung Gilas Pilipinas on the floor tomorrow and on Monday, of course, against Jordan. But, of course, knowing yung mga PBA players na maglalaro, starting tomorrow, sino yung pinaka-excited kang makita on court?
Well, obviously, for years, we have waited for a chance to see Justin Brownlee in a Pilipinas uniform, in a Gilas Pilipinas uniform, to be able to compete in front of the Filipinos. I feel like Pinoy na talaga si Justin Brownlee. Well, on paper, Pinoy naman na talaga siya. But even prior to that, parang Pinoy naman na talaga dyan si Justin Brownlee. That is why we cannot wait to see Gilas Pilipinas back in action. At para naman sa ating tickets, malalaman natin yan. Pero sabi ko nga sa iyo, Dip, it's really Justin Brownlee that we're really looking forward to At para sa ating mga kababayan na gustong makisigaw ng Laban Pilipinas, check out how you can support our national squad in the upcoming final window of the FIBA World Cup Asian Qualifiers.
Isang bayan, isang laban para sa Gilas Pilipinas. Watch and support Gilas Pilipinas live at the Philippine Arena this February. See them in action, live, in the last window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Buy your tickets now. Tickets are available at smtickets.com or any SM outlet nationwide.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. The name is Mike Curious.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Dip Dipianco, and this has been The Game.